Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for coming to my page. Welcome to today's webinar on how and why to construct your business plan. My name is Casey. I am the CEO and co founder of Ally Marketplace. We are the leading digital marketplace that offers the highest quality CBD in America from American farms. So, with that being said, I would love to share my experience with you. And with this video, we're going to talk about business plans. And we're going to go a little bit in depth. And I'm going to really be talking about why it's so important to write down your business plan on paper or digitally on your computer. But you have to have structure. And I'll go into why and how to do all of that stuff in just a minute. All right, so this will be part one of my little webinar on business plans. I am using the business plan workbook for startups that is made by the University of Georgia. And so if you want to use the University of Georgia's workbook, you can just go to their website and download it. It's free. You have no charge, or at least it was free for me. Um, so hopefully it'll be free for you. But even if it's not free, you can still get a sense of what you need to put in your business plan by looking at what it is that I'm doing. So with that being said, let's get into it. First off, your executive summary. Um, with your executive summary, you need to talk about the opportunity. So, what are you going to sell? With any business, you need to sell something. Um, doesn't really matter what it is. For this example, I'm going to pretend that I am a potato chip farmer, or I'm a potato farmer, and I want to start a business that makes potato chips. So, what am I going to sell? Potato chips. How much money am I requesting? This question is for those of you who want to seek outside investment. So if you think that you need money because bootstrapping isn't providing you the amount of capital that you need, then you need to seek venture capital funds. You need to seek angel investments. You need to go to pitch competitions where you can just get free money. You need to look for grants where they are very few and far between right now in the year of our Lord 2024. Um, or you can do the family, friends, and faithful route and try to raise money from people that you know in your network. Um, and so those are the ways that you can raise money. And so with my potato chip company, I'm going to say I need $1 million. Now, how much money am I contributing from my personal funds? Some of us, this number might be zero, especially if you grew up like me. Um, you were on the lower end of the little economic scale. You were in the military because you were poor and you needed something. So if you were like me, then you'll say zero. However, if you have a different situation going on, or maybe you have a relative or close friends who want to invest in you, or if you're able to, get a high paying job and save up some money, and let's say you're a bit older and you've retired, and now you want to start your potato chip company and you take some of your retirement, then you can put some of your funds towards that. So we'll go with we'll go with that one and say I have $100,000 that I'm putting in on my own. All right, so let's go next. All right, the management team. Management team is super important because you need to know who is going to be doing this grind with you. Starting a business is a grind. Starting a business is very uh, time intensive. It is very energy intensive, and there's really no way around that. Even if you had $1 million in your pocket, starting a business is still very intensive because you need people to help you. Um, a business without people is just an idea. So you need people. You need a team. You need um, finance people. You need marketing and branding people. You need operations people. You need legal people. You need employees. You might need drivers. You might need to purchase a warehouse or rent out a warehouse, and you have to transport um, your product from the supplier to the warehouse and then ship from the warehouse to your customers. And in our case, for this example, with my potato chips, I'm going to need probably all of those things. So my key managers are going to be me. I'll be the CEO, the founder, and CEO. Let's say Pat. Pat will be my marketing person, so chief marketing officer, and then Jan. Jan will be my finance person, chief financial officer. And with these are not the only acronyms you need to know, or these aren't the only titles and roles and positions there are. You also have like chief technology officer, chief people officer for your human resources and such. There's tons of responsibilities and titles and positions that go along with running a company, and you cannot do it by yourself. You might feel like you can. You might you might think that you can. I'm telling you, you cannot run a business on your own. You need people to help you. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to leave it at that. I'll tell you. I've started businesses before and I thought I could do it on my own and they all failed. Two of the three failed. One I sold and I was able to get money from selling my business, but while I was operating it alone, and I was not profitable. I only finally made a profit after I sold the business um, to a team of people. I'm sure they're doing well. But with Ally Marketplace, I have people in my corner now, and we are collectively bringing this thing into fruition with vision and trust in the Lord. Um, but with that, you can't do it on your own. You need a management team, and your management team can include you. They need to include somebody that you trust or people that you trust. Um, these should be people who are known for their ethics. They should be known to be trustworthy. Um, if you don't know them like that, then you need to do a background check because you don't want to end up getting scammed or embezzled or anything like that, and all your hard work and hard earned money goes out the door. You don't want that stuff to happen. So your management team is super, super, super important. And speaking of things that are important, let's go back up to. I'll keep this video under 15 minutes because this is part one in a series of how to write a business plan. So we're going to talk about the money we're requesting. Um, for my potato chip business, because that's what we're doing, it's important to know the market that I'm in. Um, I, as a potato chip farmer, may think that that my family, that my farm produces the greatest potatoes on the whole planet. That Idaho has nothing on Casey's potatoes, Casey's taters. That's probably what I call my farm. Um, but just because I think that doesn't mean that people are going to purchase mine, even if I shout it from the rooftops. Why? because you have companies like, I'm just going to put this right here. You have companies like Lay's, and you have companies like Pringles, or brands like Lay's, brands like Pringles, brands like UTZ. You have brands like what is it, Sun Chip. You have all of these different brands that are owned by bigger companies that have billions of dollars to spend on marketing, and they have billions of dollars to spend on customer acquisition, and they can pay for TV time, and they can pay for social media, and they have all these connections. And so the people who own Lay's and Pringles, they know the people who own Amazon, and so Amazon and Pringles can collaborate together and purchase TV time and completely shut you out. They can purchase up a bunch of ads on social media. Um, and they can do, these companies can do so many things that your company, that my company as a startup, we just can't do it. So it's going to take so much work in order for us to get our company off the ground. So that's why you need to know, is there even a market for what it is that you're trying to do? Um, is this worth it? If I have a potato chip farm, should I just become a supplier of Lay's or Pringles and sell my potatoes to them and then let them sell my potatoes? These are things that you need to think about when you're doing when you're starting a business, which is why it's important to create a business plan, because your initial idea might change once you start doing the work, and once you start getting down into like who's your competition. And when you see how big your competition is, you might say, oh shoot, I can't compete with them. Or you might say, my competition's not really doing that well. I can do what they're doing, but I can do it even better, and I can do it differently, which will cause their customers to come to me, and which will cause outside people who have never had their product before come to me because I'm doing it better. So it's not all doom and gloom. I just don't want you to think that just because you have a potato chip farm and that you farmed it, it doesn't mean that you can go into the potato chip business. Um, and I say that, but just think about any other kind of business that you can go into. This video was almost 15 minutes long. Lord have mercy. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing, and just give me a sec. All right, technically I'm still sharing, but that's besides the point. Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm not sharing. So all that being said, check out just watch this video and really get the understanding and really grasp the lesson that I'm trying to help you with. The lesson that I have learned after two failed businesses, one minorly successful business after I sold it, and now this one that I'm coming into, which is Ally Marketplace, which is the big hitter. Um, but to just use my experience so that you don't have to do the same thing I did, and just don't just go into business with no plan just because it sounds like a good idea. You need to write everything down. You need to make it plain. Write the vision and make it plain. It should be very, very easy to talk about once you're done. And so we're going to go into different parts, like the financials, and like how to create your target market, how to figure out who your target market is, and how to figure out who your competition is, what they do well, what they don't do well, and how you might be able to fit into this market. Because ultimately, that's what it is. It's a market. And if customers don't buy from you, it doesn't matter how good your idea is, it won't work. So you need customers. In order to get customers, you have to know what you're doing. In order to know what you're doing, write a business plan. So with that being said, much love to you. I got about 20 seconds left. I do have my YouTube channel, and I have a Patreon. The Patreon is just $1 a month. You can pay however much you want. It's $1 a month because that's the lowest amount that I can charge. But that's just there for anybody who wants to support me, who wants to support my content.